The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Can you guess who is the author of this quote? Welcome, seeker of wisdom. Today, we embark on a journey through the timeless teachings of Stoicism, where you will discover 10 profound lessons to transform your negative thoughts into a fortress of tranquility. Stay with us and unlock the secrets to a resilient mind. Imagine losing everything you've built, seeing your dreams shattered in a single night. How would you respond? Today, we journey to ancient Rome to meet Livia, a merchant whose story of resilience will teach us the profound power of Stoic wisdom. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Livia was known throughout Rome as a successful and kind-hearted merchant. Her shop in the heart of the marketplace was always bustling with customers seeking her exquisite fabrics and rare spices. Her husband had passed away years ago, leaving her to run the business and care for their young son, Gaius. Despite the challenges, Livia managed to create a thriving business and a stable home. But one fateful night, a violent storm swept through the city, devastating her fleet of trading ships. In an instant, everything she had worked for was lost. The storm's fury left her ships in splinters, their valuable cargo scattered and ruined. Livia sat amidst the ruins of her shop, her heart heavy with despair. As she stared at the empty shelves, her mind was clouded with negative thoughts. How will I pay my debts? What will become of my family? Her old friend Marcus, a fellow merchant, found her in this state of desolation. He placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder and said, "Livia, you cannot control the storms or the losses they bring, but you can control your response. Rise and rebuild, for your spirit is stronger than any tempest." Inspired by his words, Livia decided to take control of what she could. She began by visiting her creditors, negotiating terms, and seeking partnerships. With ingenuity, she diversified her business, sourcing local goods to sell while waiting for her next fleet to be built. She worked tirelessly, her resolve unshaken. One day, while she was discussing terms with a local spice trader, young Gaius ran into the shop, his eyes wide with excitement. "Mother, come quickly," he urged. Livia followed him to the docks, where an astonishing sight awaited her. One of her old trading ships, presumed lost at sea, had miraculously returned to port. The ship was weather-beaten but intact, and its cargo of rare and valuable goods was unharmed. The unexpected return of her ship brought not only financial relief but also a renewed sense of hope. It was as if the gods themselves had acknowledged her resilience. The fortune from the recovered cargo allowed her to pay off her debts and expand her business further than she had ever imagined. Months passed, and her shop regained its former glory. Her innovative approach and relentless determination not only saved her business but made it thrive even more than before. Livia became a symbol of resilience, known not for her losses, but for her unyielding spirit. One evening, as the sun set over the bustling marketplace, Livia stood outside her shop, watching the crowd. She thought of the journey she had taken from despair to success, all thanks to the lessons of Stoic wisdom. Watchers, let Livia's story be a beacon of hope. In moments of despair, remember the wisdom of the Stoics. You cannot control the storms of life, but you can control your response to them. Distinguish between what you can influence and what you cannot. This mindset not only rewires negative thinking, but also empowers you to rise stronger from any adversity. Livia's story teaches us that while we may not control external events, we always have the power to choose our response. By focusing on what we can control, our actions, our attitude, our resilience, we can navigate through the darkest times and emerge stronger and wiser. Embrace this Stoic principle and discover the true strength within you. Imagine dedicating your life to a single goal, only to see it shattered in an instant. What would you do next? Today, we journey to New York to meet James, a marathon runner whose story of resilience will teach us the profound power of transforming obstacles into opportunities. As Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." James was a dedicated marathon runner, known among his peers for his relentless training and unwavering focus. For years, he had dreamed of competing in the New York City Marathon, the pinnacle of his athletic aspirations. Every morning, he could be found running through Central Park, rain or shine, his eyes set on the prize. Just weeks before the race, as he was completing his final intense training session, disaster struck. James felt a sharp pain shoot through his leg. Collapsing to the ground, he knew something was terribly wrong. At the hospital, the diagnosis was devastating: a severe stress fracture that would require months of rest and rehabilitation. James's world came crashing down. The marathon he had trained so hard for was now out of reach. Despair and frustration engulfed him, and negative thoughts began to take hold. All this effort for nothing. What will I do now? In the midst of his anguish, James remembered the teachings of Stoicism he had come across during his college years. He decided to approach his situation with a Stoic mindset, embracing the words of Seneca. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Instead of succumbing to his negative thoughts, James saw his injury as an opportunity to explore new avenues. He began his rehabilitation with a focus on patience and resilience, determined to come back stronger. During this period, he discovered swimming and cycling, two sports that were gentle on his injured leg, but still allowed him to stay active and challenge himself. As he immersed himself in these new activities, James found a new passion. He joined a local triathlon club and started training with them. His athletic skills improved, and he developed a newfound appreciation for the variety and balance that triathlon training offered. Months passed, and James's leg healed. Not only had he recovered physically, but he also felt mentally stronger and more versatile as an athlete. Encouraged by his progress, he decided to set a new goal: to compete in an Ironman triathlon, one of the most grueling endurance events in the world. The day of the Ironman race in New York arrived. James stood at the starting line, a mix of nerves and excitement coursing through him. The race was a test of everything he had learned and endured: a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bike ride, and a 26.2-mile marathon run. As he plunged into the water, he felt a surge of determination. Hours later, as he neared the finish line, exhaustion threatened to overtake him. But James remembered the lessons he had learned through his injury and recovery. He focused on his breathing, on the rhythm of his steps, and on the crowd cheering him on. With a final burst of energy, he crossed the finish line, overwhelmed with a sense of achievement and gratitude. The unexpected turnaround in James's journey came when a renowned sports magazine featured his story, highlighting his resilience and transformation. His journey from a shattered dream to a triumphant finish in the Ironman became an inspiration to many. Athletes and non-athletes alike were moved by his ability to turn a devastating obstacle into a profound opportunity. Let James's story be a beacon of hope. In moments of despair, remember the wisdom of the Stoics. You cannot control the setbacks that life throws at you, but you can control your response to them. Transform your obstacles into opportunities by focusing on what you can control and viewing every setback as a chance to grow and innovate. James's story teaches us that while we may not control external events, we always have the power to choose our response. By focusing on what we can control, our actions, our attitude, our resilience, we can navigate through the darkest times and emerge stronger and wiser. Embrace this Stoic principle, and let every challenge become a stepping stone to greater success and inner strength. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of peace, where negativity holds no power over you. How would it transform your life? As Epictetus once said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." In a world often dominated by stress and negativity, Cultivating gratitude can transform your outlook and enrich your life. Let's dive into this timeless Stoic practice. Marcus, a respected Stoic philosopher in ancient Rome, faced many challenges in his life. Political turmoil, personal loss, and the daily struggles of his time often threatened to overwhelm him. Yet Marcus was known for his unwavering calm and positive demeanor. His secret? An unwavering practice of gratitude. Each morning, Marcus would sit quietly, reflecting on the gifts of his life. He would think of 3 things he was grateful for, no matter how small. One morning, he thought about the warmth of the sun on his face, the love of his family, and the opportunity to share wisdom with others. By starting his day with these reflections, Marcus set a tone of positivity and resilience. When adversity struck, instead of spiraling into negativity, he anchored himself in gratitude, focusing on what he still had rather than what he had lost. Gratitude is more than just a fleeting feeling. It is a deliberate practice that reshapes our perspective. Research shows that gratitude can rewire our brains, fostering a positive mental state. When we regularly practice gratitude, our brains release dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitters, which enhance our mood and overall well-being. Consider this. Every day, take a moment to reflect on what you are grateful for. These don't have to be grand gestures. Simple moments of joy, like a good cup of coffee or a kind word from a friend, can shift your focus from what's wrong to what's right in your life. When faced with challenges, gratitude helps us see opportunities for growth. Instead of fixating on obstacles, we can ask, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? This shift in mindset empowers us to navigate life's difficulties with grace and resilience. Spend a few minutes each morning or evening reflecting on what you are grateful for. Writing them down can reinforce the practice. Keeping a journal dedicated to noting down moments of gratitude allows you to revisit it during tough times and remind yourself of the positives. Regularly telling others what you appreciate about them not only boosts your mood but also strengthens your relationships. By incorporating these practices into your life, you can rewire your thinking and foster a more positive, resilient mindset. Remember, gratitude is a powerful ally in the journey towards inner peace and strength. Cultivating an attitude of gratitude is not just a fleeting practice, it is a powerful tool for rewiring negative thinking. As Epictetus wisely stated, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he is not, but rejoices for those which he has." By focusing on what we have, rather than what we lack, we can transform our perspective and find strength in even the most challenging times. Embrace gratitude in your daily life. Reflect on the small joys, the lessons learned, and the love you give and receive. By doing so, you will discover the true power of gratitude to uplift your spirit and reframe your mindset. How would it change your approach to adversity? As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Do not disturb yourself by picturing your life as a whole. Do not assemble, in your mind, all the various troubles which have occurred in the past and which may occur in the future, but ask yourself about each present circumstance. What is there intolerable or unbearable in it?" Negative visualization, also known as premeditatio malorum, is the practice of imagining the worst possible scenarios that could happen in life. This may seem counterintuitive at first, but it serves a profound purpose. By contemplating potential adversities, we prepare our minds to face them with greater resilience and composure. Imagine waking up each morning and taking a few moments to consider the challenges you might face that day. Picture the possible setbacks, a difficult conversation, an unexpected bill, a delayed commute. By visualizing these scenarios, you mentally prepare yourself, reducing the impact if and when they occur. This practice helps to diminish fear and anxiety, replacing them with a sense of readiness and control. The power of negative visualization lies in its ability to shift our perspective. When we anticipate potential problems, we are less likely to be caught off guard. This foresight allows us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. For example, if you imagine losing a job, you can take proactive steps to enhance your skills or network with others in your field. This not only mitigates the impact of the loss, but also empowers you to take control of your destiny. Consider a Roman soldier preparing for battle. He does not simply hope for victory. He contemplates the possibility of defeat, injury, or death. By doing so, he steels himself against these outcomes, becoming mentally and emotionally fortified. Similarly, in our daily lives, by imagining potential losses or hardships, we strengthen our resilience and appreciation for what we have. Practicing negative visualization can also foster gratitude. When we imagine losing something we value, such as our health, loved ones, or possessions, we gain a deeper appreciation for them. This heightened awareness can transform our daily lives, shifting our focus from what we lack to the abundance we already possess. Incorporating negative visualization into your routine is straightforward. Spend a few minutes each day contemplating different aspects of your life and the challenges they might face. Visualize specific scenarios and consider how you would cope with them. This practice can help you build mental resilience, reduce anxiety, and cultivate a deeper sense of gratitude. By adopting the Stoic practice of negative visualization, you can rewire your thinking to better handle life's adversities. This technique, grounded in ancient wisdom, empowers you to face challenges with a calm and prepared mind. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, do not be disturbed by the whole of life's troubles. Instead, focus on each present circumstance and ask yourself what is truly unbearable about it. More often than not, you will find that you are stronger and more capable than you initially believed. By integrating negative visualization into your life, you can transform potential obstacles into opportunities for growth and resilience. This practice not only helps you prepare for the worst, but also allows you to live with greater appreciation for the present moment. Embrace the power of negative visualization and discover how this Stoic technique can help you rewire your negative thinking and navigate life's challenges with grace and fortitude. Imagine seeing every challenge not as a setback, but as an opportunity for growth and understanding. How would this perspective shift your approach to life's adversities? As Seneca once said, "A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he is not." Reframing your judgments involves changing how you perceive and interpret the events and challenges in your life. Instead of labeling situations as purely negative, you learn to see them from different angles, uncovering potential benefits and opportunities for personal growth. Consider a rainy day. Many people might see it as a reason to complain about the inconvenience. However, by reframing your judgment, you can appreciate the rain for nourishing the earth, filling reservoirs, and providing a much-needed break from the heat. This shift in perspective turns a seemingly negative event into something valuable and positive. Imagine losing a job. The immediate reaction might be one of panic and despair. But by reframing your judgment, you can see it as an opportunity to explore new career paths, learn new skills, or even start your own business. This change in perspective helps you move from a place of negativity to one of possibility and hope. The power of reframing lies in its ability to transform your internal dialogue. When faced with criticism, instead of feeling defeated, you can view it as constructive feedback that can help you improve. If you encounter failure, rather than seeing it as a final defeat, you can see it as a stepping stone toward success, a valuable lesson learned. Imagine a Roman philosopher like Seneca facing exile. Instead of viewing his banishment as a curse, Seneca reframed it as an opportunity for quiet reflection and philosophical writing. This shift in perspective allowed him to find peace and productivity even in adverse circumstances. He turned his exile into a time of intellectual and personal growth, demonstrating the power of reframing one's judgments. Consider a modern-day example. You're stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. Instead of succumbing to frustration and anger, you can reframe the situation. Use the extra time to listen to an inspiring podcast, practice mindfulness, or plan your day. This simple shift in perspective transforms a negative experience into a productive and enriching one. Reframing your judgments is not about denying reality or ignoring problems. It's about choosing to see events in a way that empowers you rather than diminishes you. It's about recognizing that while you may not control external events, you do have control over how you interpret and respond to them. Imagine dealing with a difficult coworker. Instead of viewing their behavior as a source of constant irritation, reframe your judgment to see it as an opportunity to practice patience, empathy, and effective communication. This perspective not only reduces your stress, but also enhances your personal development. By regularly practicing the art of reframing, you can build a resilient mindset. You begin to see that setbacks are temporary and often lead to greater opportunities. You start to understand that every challenge carries with it the seeds of growth and learning. Incorporating the practice of reframing your judgments into your daily life can help you navigate challenges with grace and positivity. Whenever you encounter a difficult situation, pause and ask yourself how you might view it differently. What can you learn from it? How can it help you grow? As Seneca wisely noted, a wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. By embracing this Stoic principle, you can transform your perspective, reduce negative thinking, and cultivate a more positive and resilient mindset. Reframing your judgments allows you to see the world through a lens of opportunity and growth. This powerful Stoic technique helps you turn life's challenges into stepping stones for personal development. Embrace the practice of reframing and discover how it can help you rewire your thinking and approach life's adversities with newfound strength and optimism. Today we journey to ancient Rome to meet General Aurelius, a leader whose story of resilience will teach us the profound power of exercising the dichotomy of control to rewire negative thinking. As Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." General Aurelius stood before his troops, his heart heavy with the burden of leadership. The enemy they faced was vast and formidable, and the stakes had never been higher. The dawn's light cast long shadows on the battlefield, mirroring the doubts and fears that lurked in the hearts of his soldiers. The air was thick with tension, and Aurelius knew that this battle would test their resolve like never before. Seeing the anxiety in the eyes of his men, Aurelius called them together. "Soldiers of Rome," he began, his voice steady and strong. "We stand on the brink of a great challenge. The enemy is numerous, and the outcome uncertain. But remember this: we cannot control the size of their army or the conditions of the battlefield. We can only control our own courage, discipline, and determination. Focus on what is within your power, and let go of what is not." His words resonated deeply, and the soldiers felt a renewed sense of purpose. As they prepared for battle, they focused on their training, their strategy, and their unity. The sense of impending doom began to dissipate, replaced by a steely resolve. The battle commenced with ferocity. The clashing of swords and the cries of warriors filled the air. Despite their best efforts, the Roman forces were pushed back, and it seemed as though defeat was inevitable. Amidst the chaos, Aurelius maintained his composure, directing his troops with unwavering focus. He remembered the wisdom of Seneca. "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." He understood that craving victory was beyond their control, but their actions in the face of adversity were not. As the battle raged on, an unexpected turnaround occurred. A small contingent of Roman soldiers, who had been sent on a flanking maneuver, managed to breach the enemy's defenses and create a path for the main force. This strategic advantage turned the tide of the battle. Aurelius seized the opportunity, rallying his troops to press forward with renewed vigor. The enemy, caught off guard by the sudden shift, began to falter. Victory was within grasp, and the Roman forces fought with unparalleled determination. By focusing on what they could control, their strategy, their courage, and their unity, they overcame the overwhelming odds. The battlefield, once a place of despair, now echoed with the triumphant shouts of Roman soldiers. After the battle, as the dust settled and the wounded were tended to, General Aurelius gathered his men. "Today we faced a mighty challenge," he said, his voice filled with pride and gratitude. We could not control the size of the enemy or the harshness of the battle, but we controlled our actions, our courage, and our resolve. By focusing on what was within our power, we turned the tide and emerged victorious. Remember this lesson, for it will serve you well in all the battles of life. Dear watchers, let General Aurelius's story be a beacon of hope. In moments of despair, remember the wisdom of the Stoics. We cannot control the external forces that challenge us, but we can control our response to them. This mindset not only rewires our negative thinking, but also empowers us to transform obstacles into opportunities. Aurelius's story teaches us that, while we may not control the circumstances we face, we always have the power to choose how we respond. By focusing on what we can control, our actions, our attitude, our resilience, we can navigate through the darkest times and emerge stronger and wiser. Embrace this Stoic principle, and let every challenge become a stepping stone to greater success and inner strength. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In a world filled with distractions and moral ambiguity, embracing virtue provides a clear and steady compass. Virtue, in the Stoic sense, encompasses wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By grounding ourselves in these values, we can navigate life's challenges with integrity and clarity. Picture a ship navigating through a storm. Without a compass, it would be tossed aimlessly by the waves, its destination uncertain. But with a reliable compass, the ship stays on course, undeterred by the tempest. Similarly, virtue serves as our compass, guiding us through the storms of life. Imagine facing a difficult decision at work. The easy path might involve compromising your principles, perhaps bending the truth or taking credit for someone else's work. But by embodying virtue, you choose honesty and integrity, even if it means facing challenges. This choice not only aligns with your values but also fosters long-term respect and trust from others. Consider the story of Cato the Younger, a Roman statesman known for his unwavering commitment to virtue. Amidst the political turmoil of ancient Rome, Cato stood firm in his principles. When faced with corruption and dishonesty, he chose to act with integrity and justice, even at great personal cost. His steadfastness inspired others and left a lasting legacy of honor and virtue. Embodying virtue also means practicing courage in the face of fear. Think of a time when you were confronted with a situation that tested your resolve. By drawing on the Stoic virtue of courage, you can face your fears head-on, transforming anxiety into strength. This mindset shift rewires your thinking, enabling you to approach challenges with confidence rather than apprehension. Justice, another key Stoic virtue, involves treating others with fairness and respect. When you encounter conflict or injustice, embodying this virtue means standing up for what is right, even if it's difficult. This commitment to justice fosters a sense of purpose and aligns your actions with your deepest values, helping to combat negative thoughts rooted in frustration and helplessness. Temperance, the virtue of self-control, empowers you to resist excess and maintain balance in your life. In moments of temptation or stress, practicing temperance helps you stay grounded and focused on what truly matters. This discipline not only enhances your well-being but also strengthens your ability to handle adversity with grace. By embodying virtue as a guiding principle, you create a foundation of integrity and purpose that anchors you in times of turmoil. This practice rewires negative thinking by shifting your focus from external circumstances to internal values. When faced with setbacks, you can reflect on your commitment to virtue, finding strength and clarity in your principles. Embracing virtue transforms your perspective. Instead of reacting to challenges with fear or frustration, you respond with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. This shift not only improves your mental resilience, but also enriches your relationships and decision-making. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." By embodying virtue in your daily life, You not only rewire your thinking, but also inspire those around you. This practice fosters a life of purpose, integrity, and resilience, guiding you through the inevitable ups and downs with a steady and unwavering spirit. Incorporating the Stoic virtues into your life provides a powerful framework for navigating adversity and cultivating a positive mindset. As you embody wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, you transform obstacles into opportunities for growth and reaffirm your commitment to living a meaningful and virtuous life. Embrace the Stoic principle and discover the profound impact it can have on your journey toward inner peace and strength. Dear seekers of wisdom, remember the words of Epictetus: "Men are disturbed not by things but by the view they take of them." Your mind holds the power to transform darkness into light, to reframe every challenge as an opportunity for growth. Embrace this wisdom and let it guide you to a life of peace and resilience. Subscribe to our channel and join us on this journey through the timeless teachings of Stoicism. Like the video if you found this wisdom enlightening, and stay with us as we continue to explore the paths to inner tranquility and strength.